A very warm good morning to one and all. On behalf of Department of Biotechnology, Ved Narmat Sal Gujarat University, Surat, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to the Skilling Biotech Talent 2025, a national symposia for academia, research and industry under NEP 2020. Today, we unite to strengthen the synergy between academia, research and industry under the visionary framework of NEP 2020, and I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to GSBTM for the generous sponsorship and unwavering support in making this event possible, as well as to our knowledge partner, the IQSE cell of VNSGU and SGCCI, whose dedication to academic excellence has enriched our collaborative efforts. By fostering collaboration among experts, students, and professionals, we aim to empower the next generation with the necessary skills to thrive in evolving biotechnology landscape. Let us seize the moment to learn, collaborate, and innovate together as we work hand in hand to shape a brighter future for life sciences. To mark the beginning of this enlightening event, let us invoke the spirit of knowledge by lighting the ceremonial lamp. I request our esteemed dignitaries to kindly step forward and grace the stage for lighting of the lamp. Thank you, everyone. Now I request everyone to rise for the university song. Thank you, everyone. Every great event begins with the presence of esteemed guests who inspires us with their vision and leadership. It is our honor to welcome our esteemed dignitaries. We are privileged to have with us Dr. Nitin Desai sir, Director of Somaiya School of Basic and Applied Sciences, Mumbai, Maharashtra. I would like to request Dr. Apurva Desai sir to welcome Dr. Nitin Desai sir. Next, I request Dr. Mayuri Rathod ma'am to welcome our respected registrar, Dr. Ramesh Dan Gadri sir. Thank you. Next, I invite Dr. Gaurav Shah sir, head of our department, to welcome respected Dr. Apurva Desai sir, director of IQSSL VNSGU Surat. Now, to officially welcome you all, I have the privilege of inviting head of our department, Dr. Gaurav Shah sir, to deliver the welcome address.
Namaste, Saune Vandan. At the outset, I would welcome the patron of this particular symposia, Dr. Apurva Desai sir, who is also IQSC director, co-patron respected Ramesh Dan Gadvi sir, registrar of Veer Narmad South Gujarat University. I also welcome on behalf of Department of Biotechnology, Dr. Nitin Desai, who will be delivering keynote address related to the theme of our symposium. Apart from that, I also welcome all teachers, research scholars and industry personnel who have participated in this symposia. The idea behind organizing such symposium came in our mind regarding the future of our students, regarding implementation of National Education Policy 2020 in its true sense. What we have tried to do in this symposium is that we have experts from the various fields related how they can justify to biotechnology and biological sciences. We have experts from industry, from academics, as well as from state government. What we expect in this national conference is symposium is the interaction, participation of each and every teacher, because finally teacher will spread this message for the students, because we all are working for our students. So whoever so intellectual, the talk, the panel discussion will be there. There are many doubts and there is some difficulties in understanding this national education policy. And this is the right platform to go ahead with that how we can give best to our students. And I am very much thankful to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, who always motivate us to go ahead with such type of initiatives and programs. I also acknowledge the funding from Gujarat State Biotechnology Mission, because finally it started with the discussion that how to go ahead. Even SGCCI is involved, GSBTM is involved, and Entrepreneurship Development Institute of India is involved. Seeking job is not only the alternative as of now, generating job is very much important. So how biotech student can develop that required skill which is necessary for the industry, that we are going to discuss. How they can move ahead, how they can protect whatever they have done, how it can be converted into a patent, and then technology transfer, and ultimately leading to entrepreneurship. So when teachers are involved, when research scholars are involved, I expect active participation whenever, because full day there will be debate. There is no conventional as such the presentation apart from the keynote address, where Nitin sir will initiate that how things are to be carried out. And finally, we all need to understand, we need to ask the questions, whatever the queries, whatever the difficulties, and industry personnel will try to justify that. So it's an initiative to build a bridge between academia and industry with the help of government. Because finally policy is decided by the government. So how proactive role of government in building this bridge is very much important, and this is one of the first step what Department of Biotechnology, Veer Narmad South Gujarat University has taken. I also welcome delegates from 5 different universities. Finally, we all are here for the students, and we'll make it sure that at the end, right, there will be something which is churned out after this brainstorming day, and which will be finally benefit to our students. So I once again welcome all dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, and thank you very much for being here, expecting your active participation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your inspiring words. It's an absolute honor to welcome respected Registrar, Sir Dr. Ramesh Dan Gadvi, sir, whose dedication to academic progress continues to shape our institution to address us. We welcome you, sir.
Namaste. Respected Head of the Department, Dr. Gaurav Shah sir, respected both Desai sir, Nitin Desai sir and Apur Desai sir, respected Ambika madam, respected teachers, young researchers. We are going to celebrate the 60 years of inception of our university. Our university established in 1965, and in this next May we are going to complete 60 years of our university. And as a part of celebrations, and also and particularly in this symposia we received help from GSBTM. So as a part of GSBTM support, as a part of our celebration of 60 years establishment, and recently we have received 100 crores grants from PM USA, Pradhan Mantri Uchatar Shiksha Abhiyan. And out of that 100 crores, we have allocated 25 crores for Center for Research. So today in the morning, little bit we were in difficult where to go, because Simultaneously, lots of activities is going on at the same time. So our whole campus is like vibrant due to these three events. And particularly, I congratulate the team of biotechnology for selecting very relevant topic. As we are observing that always we are receiving complaints from industry people that we are not getting good skilled students from academia. So there is a gap and it is our holy duty to fill up this gap. We are suppliers, we are supplying the skilled students for the industry. So it is our duty to make our students very skillful, and I do hope that the National Symposia will be a very fruitful for this our purpose. I congratulate the team of biotechnology. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your encouraging words. Now, moving forward, it's an absolute honor to welcome Dr. Apurva Desai, sir, to this symposium. He is the professor and head of the Department of Computer Science at Veer Nirmal Sal Gujarat University, Surat, as well as a member of Board of Management and Director of IQSC Cell at VNSGU. Dr. Desai.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to give my introduction myself. And my introduction is in one line. I am a scholar of, or student of rather, computer science who is working as a professor in computer science department. That is all. Uh, Honorable Professor Nitin Desai ji, our own Registrar Sri Dr. Gadvi ji, Dr. Gaurav, Dr. Ambika, friends of the dais and colleagues of the dais. At the outset, I am very much thankful to Department of Biotechnology for two reasons. One is for giving me or giving opportunity to IQSC to join this very nice event, and secondly for giving me an opportunity to interact with you in this opening session. So for these two reasons, I am thankful to Biotechnology Department and in particular Dr. Gaurav Shah. See, when Dr. Shah came to me with this proposal, I was very much delighted because of two reasons. The first one is the introduction of NEP, and this subject is very much relevant with the National Education Policy 2020. And second thing is IQSC is very much, IQSC is also, very active for such type of things takes place in our on our campus. See, NEP has been implemented in 2020, and we are talking in 2025. Have you or have we done enough for implementation of NEP? One very important thing or any very important aspect of NEP is outcome-based learning. And see, the people of our, generation or generation before us, they never, argue or they never blame any other person if we are not employable. And of late, we all talk about employability. Why it is so? Directly or indirectly, during our generation or generation before us, or the teachers before us, they were, working hard and they were, teaching to measure outcome-based learning. And that's the reason why we people were not that much unemployed. Why the students of this era or this generation, they are unemployed. That is because of, the changed teaching and learning
methodology. Of late, we are very much, we have conducted so many workshops and sessions on Bloom's taxonomy, and we want to implement Bloom's taxonomy in our, teaching learning. And in that, you must have seen how the ideas, the concepts, the theories that are translated into the practical aspects, how they can be translated into the creation of new ideology or new what you say ideology or the principles on some new ideas, how to create it. We are putting emphasis on it. So this NEP has given us a lot of opportunity and simultaneously lot of challenges also there. Challenges like what? Challenges like how to translate the theoretical part of your subject into the practical aspect. That is something lacking behind, and that is the reason, in my opinion, that is the reason why our students are so-called non-employable. So this type of symposium or this type of conferences or this type of workshops, events give us an opportunity to think about ourselves, how we can change, how we can transform our teaching method from the regular. Generally, we teach our student to reproduce what we teach in the class. They cannot go beyond the boxes, and that is what is requirement of the time. And I'm sure that this type of events give us opportunity to think beyond that, beyond the classroom teaching. The experts are there, and the Department of Biotechnology has put in all efforts to invite not only people from academia but people from industry as well. So what is the need of the industry and what are the expertise of academia that will be discussed during this symposia, and I'm sure that after this symposia, when you all will go back to your institution, you will carry something new with you, and that will be, I'm sure that you will put all these experiences that you will have during this symposia in practice, and the last beneficial will be your students. So this type of symposia are very much important, and biotechnology department has taken this opportunity. I'm sure that all of you will be benefited by this symposia, and university is also benefited. In fact, in university, what my selfish motive is, in the university list, one more tick mark is done. We have done this one more event. So that is also, university is also gaining. The Department of Biotechnology is also gaining something. The participants and ultimately our students. So this type of events are very much beneficial and required. And I once again congratulate entire team of Department of Biotechnology for this wonderful event. I do not know the spelling of biotechnology, so I'm not, a person to talk about anything about biotechnology, but I will end this with once again, congratulate Dr. Gaurav, and once again, I wish that biotechnology department organize more and more events like this. So thank you very much for inviting me, and thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. You are an instrumental in aligning VNSGU's vision with NEP 2020, fostering a multidisciplinary and skill-driven academic environment. As we move forward, I would like to invite Dr. Rekha Gadwe ma'am to welcome as a token of our appreciation to the delegatories who are sitting off the dais, to welcome them because we have universities, guests from the various universities and as well as from our university. We welcome everyone. Thank you everyone. As we conclude this inaugural ceremony, let us take a moment to express our heartfelt gratitude. With this spirit of gratitude, I now request Dr. Ambika Adkatkar ma'am, an organizing secretary of this event, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good morning to all. As we move towards concluding the inaugural session of this National Symposia, I take this opportunity to propose my vote of thanks. I express my gratitude towards Honorable VC Sir and Registrar Sir for their support and encouragement. In the busy time schedule also, Sir graced the occasion. I am very thankful to him. I take this opportunity to thank the knowledge partner of this event, Internal Quality Assurance Cell VNSGU, and the Southern Gujarat Chamber of Commerce and Industry, SGCCI, Surat, for supporting the ideation of this national symposium. I express my gratitude towards Dr. Apurva Desai sir for his presence and in today's function. Thank you, sir. It's my duty to thank Gujarat State Biotechnology Mission, GSBTM, Department of Science and Technology, Government of Gujarat for their financial support. Without the financial support, this ideation or the execution would not have been possible. The ideation and execution of any program is entirely dependent on the leader and its team. I extend my gratitude towards Dr. Gaurav Shah sir, Symposium Coordinator, for his guidance and constant support during the ideation, planning and execution of the event. Thank you sir for extending the extra inch of all your wisdom and experience towards betterment of the symposium. The teamwork starts way before the actual date of the event. I am wholeheartedly thankful to the teaching and administrative staff of our department for their active participation in all the smallest and biggest activity, may it be the documentation, ordering, or accommodation booking, or registration, or digital materials, etc., and the arrangements they have done for the day. Thank you, Biotech family members. A strong and considerate team is always the mantra behind a successful event. Any event is organized for its beneficial outcome towards the societal sector. We take pride that this event is represented by distinguished dignitaries from academic, research and industry. In a span of one day, we all will be benefited to exchange views with 11 different experts. I thank all the experts, Dr. Nitin Desai, Dr. D.K. Joshi, Dr. Madamba, Mr. Kamlesh Yadnik, Dr. Anand Badarkar, Dr. Bhavesh Joshi, Mr. Sachin Patel, Dr. Vaibhav Mehta, Mrs. Parini Kapadia, Mr. Ritul Menpara, and Mr. Alok Vaidya for accepting our invitation. I am thankful towards all the 90 participants for this national symposium. Thank you for your interest in this subject. Let's all join hands together, share our views, expand and visualize towards developing and skilling biotech talent in building and budding youth of our country. Thank you.
Thank you everyone. As we, s- as we set tone for today's discussions, we are privileged to have with us Dr. Nitin Desai sir, Director of Somaiya School of Basic and Applied Sciences, Mumbai, Maharashtra. To introduce our esteemed keynote speaker, I invite Dr. Rekha Gadvi ma'am.
Good morning to all. It gives me a great pleasure to get an opportunity to give an introduction of Dr. Nitin Desai. Dr. Nitin Desai is a professor and dean of Somaiya Vidyavihar, University, Mumbai. He was a former professor and director of MET Institute of Biotechnology at MET University, Mumbai. He did his PhD from Shivaji University, Kolhapur. His postdoctoral fellowship was from BARC, Mumbai, Seoul, South Korea, and Lastrup, Denmark. He was elected as a fellow of Maharashtra Academy of Science, Pune, elected as a fellow of Royal Society of Biologists, London. He was a member of Asian Federation of Biotechnology, South Korea, and also as a National Associate, DBT Government of India, UGC, JRF, and SRF. He has published more than 280 research papers and gene sequences, 5 patents on his names. He has designed and commercialized 80 products. He is also involved in a social research programs by adopting a village in a Raigad district for a socio-economic development. He was also organized a oral health checkup camp for the citizen of Navi Mumbai. He had run a non-tobacco campaign for the NMMC bus conductors and drivers and also organized a free health checkup camp for them. With this introduction, I would like to invite Dr. Nitin Desai sir to come and please share his expertise with our participants. Welcome, sir.
Good morning, everybody. Namaskar. At the onset, let me thank uh, your beloved Professor and Head, Dr. Gaurav Shah, for inviting me and asking me to share my experiences, thoughts uh, about how research is most important at the universities, at the colleges, affiliated colleges, and what government of India is looking for 2047 as a developed nation, as an Atmanirbhar nation, and how we all are going to contribute that we are going to talk about, where I shall be definitely sharing some successful examples which we did at our universities as a translation, as a researcher from field of biological sciences. How much time I have, sir? 1 hour. Fantastic. So most important thing as a researcher, normally we see, because when I talk about translation researchers, see what today many of you have done a lot of work, but sometimes we do not notice we are also part of some research activity. Knowingly, unknowingly, we do a lot of such contributions without doing, without noticing it. Maybe many people they have come from different parts of this district, and today morning reaching here, you must have done a lot of research how to reach on time before coming here. So that is also one kind of research. You must have taken help of Google. You must have gone to some other website, location, distance, traffic. In Prime Minister is going to be here today, and then you wanted to reach. So that also become a research. So research is done by not only from the students and faculty, the scientists from sciences, but faculties of other schools also are very much responsible for various developmental and policy decisions. For example, various government policies and especially related to health, aging population, different policies, they are actually coming from the School of Social Sciences. They are responsible to take lot of collection of data, and that data is taken by government of Gujarat, Maharashtra or central government, and the policies are being made. And those policies, for example, in Maharashtra now they are giving Ladki Bahin, lot of money being given to the, and social departments really see whether it is going to benefit for social upliftment or it is misused by the people. And on that basis, further policies can be developed. So that is also one kind of research being done. Now coming back, because if you see the origin of human being, many of the we think that we must have evolved from the ape to the modern human, or ape might have, or human might have gone back to the again to the today's ape we see what are there. So how this evolutionary trend? So many of the various you can say theories are there, but what I consider need-based research has made what today human is. That is most important. We always discover what are our needs and what are to fulfill our needs, and we always go behind our needs. So how the needs are generated with the advancement at every stage. So there we look into different needs. Just for your information, I am sharing this age of our Indian population. In 1947, it was around 47 years, and now it is going to go up 70. And many of the youngsters are going to live more than 100 years. This is all because of transnational research, contribution by researchers in different fields, and improving the quality of the life of the people and making our life more easy. That is all because of the smallest thing, whether it is diagnostics. For example, during COVID, everybody knows, nobody was knowing what is RT-PCR. Now the layman also knows what is RT-PCR. He knows what is code, he knows what is temperature, he knows city code, everything. So this has made, this is need, it was need was there. So initially it was 5,000 per test. Now it is 300 rupees. See how the things have changed rapidly. For example, during COVID, there were no many masks available in this country, only 3 ply, and now we were overproducing the masks. So this was a need generated, and we developed, modified, and advanced these technologies. So this age, not only because of this, but development in the field of science, especially stem cells and regenerative medicine. I'm sure many of you will have will death if you have money. You are not going to die. I'm going to share how it is now. And that is possible with the science and technology. We can delay our death also, and it is possible. What is we seen in Mahabharata, what we call today the Indian knowledge system. For example, I am sharing you the example of Gangaputra. Who was the Gangaputra? Bhishma. He has a will death. And Arjuna, he was on the bed of arrows of Arjuna for during the whole entire war. Somebody who is bleeding continuously, how he will survive? And he was allowed only to Sri Krishna to meet during the night after the evening hours. When sun goes down, he will allow only Sri Krishna to meet. So there is some science which is not disclosed, which might have been not reported that time. I feel Bhishmacharya must have having a secret source of hematopoietic blood cells with him, blood forming cells. And maybe Sri Krishna must be giving in the evening one dose. So whole day he is okay with on the bed. And then he said, Sri Krishna, stop now. That was a will day. So this is Indian knowledge system, right? We want to go back and see what was they were doing, which might, that science which is missing. So we just today morning we discussed how Indian knowledge system is very important for all of us to go back and see our traditions with the scientific lens. With the scientific lens, that's the most important. So as we all Indian, we know, or we are Jugadus, right? So this is very much reflecting here. We are in the top 40 in 130 developed nations, but we want to go well beyond this, our innovation ranking. I want you all of you see the what China is doing, because we always compare ourselves with the China, right? Next neighbor to us. I'm sure many of you will go in depression. kind of work they are doing, kind of advancement they have adopted, developed, and that nation is going so rapid development in the science, technology, healthcare, electronics, telecommunication, automobile, in all those sectors, we cannot just imagine. We just cannot imagine. So they are far ahead of us, and it is all because of the universities, colleges, and the industry, the main three stakeholders of development. They are coming together and they are contributing for the development of that nation. So this is one of the very important such kind of symposia where all these stakeholders of development, stakeholders who are responsible for innovation, because universities will work in isolation, colleges will work in isolation, but industry and government must come in the picture and take those small developments to the next level. That happens only by the industry and government. Many times at university level, we do that research, we develop something, student completes his or her PhD and they go to the different place and that research stops there. And nobody comes forward and take it forward. But we see we invest our 3 years, 4 years in the research, so much manpower, so much something output should come out apart from the publication, which will help somebody and transform somebody's life. That is most important. How many of you still feel these are our three basic needs? Butter roti, branded kapda, and luxurious makan. Still, we feel these are the three basic needs, right? Fourth one is there. I think people will start suffocating if mobile phone is not there with them, right? We are so dependent, and maybe it is reverse evolution because of mobile, because of new various so much apps are coming. During my days when I was doing my PhD, I go to the library, go through all biological abstracts, make your cards, organize with alphabetically. Now, yesterday I was talking to Gemini, chat, and asked one keyboard. Precisely within 3 search, I could reach to the last what I wanted. Precisely within half an hour. So much easy. During those 6 months in the library, sitting in the library, going to a biological abstract, chem line abstract, and all that, and coming. Now it has become so much simple because of these things. So we expect much more work and advancement should come what it was 30 years before. Only thing is now we have become with a very insensitive towards listening. For example, simple thing. For example, yesterday I was traveling from Mumbai to reach to the hotel. So I messaged madam, yeah, please share me the location. It was very simple. But many times in the town, what we suppose I want to come here, I will call 3 times, which left, which right, I am on train, I am in the lift. But just imagine 20 years back, people will give the address with a particular location and definitely will reach without fail and you will ring the bell. We used to listen properly. Now, before listening, they said, call करेंगे नीचे जाकर. So this is what is happening, which is not good for the humanity. But now what I feel, because we are talking about NEP, industrialization, education, research, translation research. To me, I feel the three basic needs. 1947, maybe British looted us everything, and so we were at definitely roti kapda, very difficult for us those days. But now the nation is developed. Our requirements have changed. Our population is 147 crore, imagine. Of which 60% population is people sitting on the back benches. 63% rather. And to fulfill their needs, which are very important for all of us. And these three sectors are going to open a lot of avenues for research, business, for development, very important. So for me, I feel good food is very important for all of us now. Now our age is 70, suppose, and want to reach 100. When I compare this good food, because 147 crore people bring one Olympic gold medal, and we celebrate Diwali. Whereas smallest countries like Korea, small country, maybe smaller, the population is around 8 to 9 crores. smaller than Gujarat, smaller than Maharashtra. They bring 10 to 20 gold medal. I'm not talking about China, how much they bring. I'm comparing with a small country. So what is that make us very susceptible, a diabetic hub of the world? By 2030, India will be declared as a epidemic of diabetes, where 30% on an average of this country, 30% will be diabetic. Are you ready for that? Imagine 30% people. Now many of us diabetic, pre-diabetic, many of us tell proudly, मेरे घर में मेरे नाना, नानी, मम्मी diabetic है. So I also made mind that I am going to become a diabetic. It's not like that. Because we have different traditions, we have different ethnic groups, we have different geographical condition. Accordingly, our diet changes. This is such a diverse country. We are Dravidians, we are Mongolians, we have Aryans. We do not have Caucasian population. We do not have African. Some small African population there in Karnataka also. And there, everybody's diet is different, depending upon the geography and geology and environment. And that is affecting. Whereas the rest of the world, they have uniform dietary habitats, more of protein intakes, less of carbohydrate and sugars. So if you see their health-wise, they are the best. Right? So good health. Secondly, good health. I have put a picture of a person everybody may be knowing. Usain Bolt, coming from a very poor country. So what could be so special about him? Being African, has 49 chromosomes, extra DNA. Huh? He also has 46. He is also Homo sapiens. Only a tribe is different. So what I feel, he must have born with correct sets of genes in correct environment on day one. So ultimately, G into E is equal to what? You must have good genome, but if you are born in a wrong environment, what will happen? You must have in good environment, but wrong genome, what will happen? What happens in our case, when the child borns, we give him Horlicks from day 1 week, first week. And there we write in his kundli, now you are a diabetic. Without knowing, we are just giving them rice or wheat and all that. And many of us allergic to rice and wheat. Anybody has noticed you are allergic to rice? No, because our body has adjusted to it from 30 years, 40 years, we are 20 years. Actually, 18% Indian population is allergic to rice and 22% people are allergic to wheat. Today we talk about wheat allergy, gluten and all that. Many of us are allergic to milk and milk products. We don't care. We just day one say we take cow and buffalo milk for children to ourselves. Before we go to bed, we have 1 glass of milk and we kill ourselves. Definitely, every day you are writing your future, you are going to become diabetic. Then just imagine how can we expect gold medal in Olympic. For that, definitely good food and good health is important. In health, I am asking because we have such a diverse population. If you see that pyramid of the Indian population, majority of the population is the bottom of the pyramid. Majority. Very little in the middle and very few people in the top. So fulfilling the requirements of these population in different areas, whether it is food or good health, itself you have a lot of opportunities. And I learned from sir now, they are starting food technology, very important course because there are a lot of opportunities are going to come. And our all Indian people, apart from rice, roti and papada and jalebi, we need to have something else for giving good health for the future generation. And also to diagnose different diseases on the basis of genetic makeup is very important for coming future. And lastly, very important is good environment. So today morning I visited your creek. Bad smell. In Maharashtra there are 200 plus sugar factories and each one of them responsible to pollute one river. All water bodies, all rivers, forget about the soil. The carbon content in the soil is below the normality. All soils across the country, and that's why Save Soil movement is started by Sadhguruji. Very important, very important area where a lot of research need to be done by the students. So how can we impress the carbon content in our soil, where very important productivity, crop productivity. Same is case with our water. Recently we had Kumbh Mela, right? And it comes after 144 years. So what was the very speciality of this Kumbh Mela? It is again Indian knowledge system. You have to go back and see why our ancestors for thousands years before they calculated the movement of these all planets. They come in one line, which nakshatra, on which day, how come, and what happens, and why at Prayagraj. It is all Indian knowledge system. हमें लगता है चलो ये बकवास है कर दिए नहीं उसके पीछे बहुत बड़ा साइंस है. Now Ganga water everybody knows. Those 40 crore people visited Ganga and they brought inoculum from there. And that whole inoculum now gone to each corner of the country. So we have inoculated all the water bodies with Ganga water. I don't know what is the status of Ganga water, but they say it is clean. But there are some microbes in Ganga. Now you have brought it to your Surat, we have brought it to Mumbai, everywhere. So we have inoculated whole country. So diversity से unity है, in true sense. So let's say what happens next 4 or 5 years with this. No outbreak should come out of such kind of things. Very important. So very importantly is environment. So in this sector also, lot of research opportunity for the students and faculties. We must focus. Now what happens most of the time, I am a student of botany, biotechnology, microbiology, zoology. We restrict ourselves and put our in the borders. So for me, I am going to tell you how. Science is uniform for whether it is a botany, zoology, whatsoever subject you are learning. But very important, how are you going to use it? How are you going to contribute for in some development? That is very important. So this already I have spoken. 68% population, and the entire world is looking at this population. That's why many multinational companies want to come. That's why we're looking for the skill development in all you all. Because you people are going to contribute for the aging countries because their population is now 70, 60 plus, and there is no manpower. Japan is asking 1 lakh plus skilled labor from India. Ukraine already, most of people they have died in Ukraine and Russia. Now they want 100,000 people every year from India as skilled laborers. Denmark is asking 1 lakh plus nurses, trained nurses. Denmark is the oldest country on the planet. It is known for retired people. Now we need to bring those skills. That's why new education policy talks about skilling, diploma, degree, postgraduate, undergraduate, and exit, multiple entry, multiple exit. So we are going to contribute not only for the skills, for the development of this nation, this young population, and that is our strength and weakness also. Weakness because a small geographic area, if you compare with China or Russia, our area is geographically very small. Or we are encroaching all reserve forests, all eco-sensitive zones for industries and for buildings and all that. So that is our weakness. Everywhere is queue. Everywhere if you go, there is a line. That doesn't happen if you go to Europe and other countries, America, small population. So this is our actually strength because we are a young nation now. But what will happen after the 30 years? All these people will become 60 years, no, after 30 years. So it is a big burden, such young, such aging population, to handling such aging population. Our birth rate is also actually going down now. It is around 1.8. During COVID, again it spurs little bit. It became 2%, again going down. So by the 30 years, it will definitely go to one below, and then there will be nobody to take care. So we have to now evolve ourselves for next 30 years to how to handle these situations. And there are a lot of opportunities. So this already I have spoken about. Now coming back to, because very important for all of us, for industries and universities and students, faculties to get involved in such kind of research which has applications. Very smallest thing I'm going to share, how can you develop products and technologies. So translation research refers to the process of transforming scientific discoveries into practical applications that improve human health, industry and society. So very important, these three ultimately see whatever degree you have, but how can we contribute something for my society, that is very important. That is very important. Keep in mind how I am going to contribute for my society. You will get a salary, you will get a job, you will get good recognitions. Definitely teachers are contributing by developing these nations, educating them. But apart from that, our students, faculty, industries, and even government employees, how can they help for the society? We all do involve in basic research, everybody knows. Very few people are involved in applied research. We only, when it comes to applied research, we talk about this, right? Why? Because 95% population of educated people, they come in this country from universities, right? 95% population. Only 5% the central university and IITs. But when it comes to budget allocation, it is ulta. 95% utilized by central university and IITs, and only 5% for rest of the 95%. That could be the reason we are lacking in the translational applied research. So we have to focus. That's why government people are there. So they should make the point of it. It's very important to strengthen our universities because of largest population of the researchers in the universities. So they will contribute. Commercialization, most of the scientists and researchers, they miserably fail in commercialization because ethics come first. For example, I'll tell you the advertisement, many of you must have seen, Fair and Lovely advertised on the bus depots. A DNA was going inside the cell and you will become Gora, white. You will get a white screen. For layman, he knows that DNA is master molecule, definitely I will become a tomorrow European skin. For me, faculty of science, I feel it is going to cause cancer. It is transgenic. How can they add a DNA or how can they show DNA? यहाँ पे मुझे साइंस किल करता है. Suppose I have developed something, now I have to withdraw and hold it to somebody who is a marketing person. Give it to him, let him market. Their industry comes in picture. So science people, they do not have idea how to market, how to take it to the next level. So if you have developed something, definitely you should have one more partner with you from the marketing, from industry. So they understand the value of the product and they will take to the next level. So you do not stop. Whatever you are doing, it has value, definitely, because we do not visualize what is there in the future for this particular product. So let them take it forward. Let them taking forward. So that is how the real world impact is going to happen. So for universities and colleges, that is very important. We should work like a scope and hub model now. Like a university, you have this largest university in Gujarat with 200 plus colleges affiliated. Many of the colleges must have postgraduate department also. So university can be hub model and spokes in the different colleges. So college students, faculties should also get involved and they can coordinate with the university. So a complete society, a culture, a micro environment gets created and definitely larger contribution will come. For example, I'll tell you China, they file 12 lakh plus patents every year, more than 12 lakh. Just imagine. The smallest thing also can patentable. I'll tell you one example. We did one seminar for patent writing in what can be patented, what cannot be patented by patent authorities and government officials in Mumbai, in industrial area. 130 industries participated. Within 1 year, one industry, very small industry, they file 100 patents. And the cognizance were taken by the Prime Minister himself, and he was invited by the government of India and felicitated. So this is how we can transform this in the society also. We can educate to the people. Many times industry work in isolation. They do not understand the importance also. Like what we do, we do not understand the commercial importance. But they also do not understand the importance of the IP rights, design, uniqueness. So there we come in picture to educate them. So this is how we can have collaboration in academic. Now everybody knows that Atmanirbhar in India, 2047, we are all looking for after 100 years of independence, where we want to see ourselves. the Atmanirbhar Bharat or not. Today, Trump, how he is acting, imagine. He says 20% taxes on Indian products, right? So those who are now selling so many products, especially eatables, food, automobile parts, electronic items from India to America will get costlier. Same it vice versa for all of us also. So world is changing rapidly now, and especially youngsters, especially they should not get lost in WhatsApp and other social media. We need to be very sensitive toward these issues. This is going to affect your life, these developments. And you should be always in touch with such kind of activities, what is happening in these areas, and you can focus on your own career. That is very important. So definitely with Make in India, definitely new lot of such startups and companies. The startup culture has come very many unicorns they are there. But what has happened again? There is a culture. Everybody talks about online marketing and all. Everybody, whether it is tailoring T-shirts or shirts, till like perfumes, people are putting in online. But beyond that, lot many things can be done, because you will get lost in that online market of Amazon or any other. It is like a sea, such a huge area, and you will get lost until and unless you are known or unique. So you have to create your uniqueness, not only for Indian market, for even for the global market also. That is very important for all of us. This already I spoke for what the university in academia, because for universities you have unique population of students. For example, now Surat, your university, or I work in Mumbai. My population of students is totally different because they are all very heterogeneous. Here it is a population from this catchment area. They know what are the problems of my area. Don't think beyond your area, because initially to begin with, you think what is problem of my area. And a student of science, commerce, whatever subject you are, you think how can I help? How can I put my knowledge to improve something? There is very important. So unique local requirements. So every local environment has the unique requirements. So we need to look into those local requirements, and where your input, your research is mandated. And that awareness is missing in our students and faculty. So we need to now promote and make them realize this is most important. So what will happen? This will change the whole orientation of the campus. So everybody will think every day I need to do something and contribute something. So that we need to put into practice. Now, very important, already has already mentioned the three main stakeholders of applied research or translational research are sitting here. So academia, industry, and government. Definitely government plays important role conducting cutting edge research, academia, and training the next generation of scientists and entrepreneurs. So they will do this training, skilling them. Now industry comes in picture. Now what happened? Industry always think the advanced research is done only by IITs. It's not like universities also do research. Only thing, as I said, no, they do not want to push further to that borders. So you should have a tie-up, maybe at the smallest levels with the industries who understand, or industry should give small topics, ideas, research, what they want to the research scholars. Definitely it will help, more output will come. And thirdly, that is government. Definitely government should have policies where it encourages such kind of research. Definitely Gujarat government, only government where we have science and technology department, we have biotechnology department, and in 2011 I was part of discussion with biotech policy of Gujarat government when Modi ji was second time became chief minister, and then in 2014 he went to the prime minister. And very important, that is public-private partnership in the such kind of applied researches. What has happened now? PPP only on the road and tolls, but going beyond in education research also, even hospitals now, the PPP model should come where it is possible to change. So what will happen? This very important, like I say, mentioned infrastructure gaps. Everybody knows, poor or weak infrastructure we have, funding issues. But now I think government is focusing more on giving good funds to the universities for especially applied research. Now government little bit now apprehensive about doing basic, because 3 years it goes on. People they publish 1 or 2 papers, 1 or 2 students complete their PhD, not beyond that. Now government is asking what exactly you are going to contribute, for example. For example, in Maharashtra, we have Rajiv Gandhi, that is RGST, Rajiv Gandhi Science and Technology Mission. When you come with some applied work, government helps you to completely focus on, they will bring industry, they will government, and they see that research up, it will go to the product level. And they give funding up to 1.5 crores maximum for a single researcher. One of my students, he got developing a fodder for animals from Acacia arabica seedlings, babul, that is very rich in nutrition. So they have given 60 lakhs to develop a fodder product because it is wild plant, nobody bothers. So she will collect, analyze, develop, formulate in the form of different product for veterinary purposes. So this way, and they have brought a buyer also. Government has brought it. You develop the technology, the buyer will, industry will take it forward. So this way, it should be in other than state also. Regulatory challenges, definitely. Most of the time, we have normally researcher में एक बड़ा डर होता है कि how I can fulfill the regulatory challenges. Whether you are in nutraceuticals, whether it is in pharma, whether it is related to the diagnostic, whether I will get FDA approval, FSSI license, whether I have to go and talk to them, whether they will give or not. Don't bother now. No, their agencies are there, just fulfill and bring somebody from the government agency to take care of it. If a product is that worth, definitely they have to permit, they will give the license within their limits. So now I think each state has different guidelines for FDA, FSSI and all that. And I think Gujarat is most, I think, very rapid. That could be reason. Lot of food companies, pharma companies are now coming up in Gujarat compared to rest of the, and definitely skilling. Today morning again I was asking sir what kind of skills. So he said we had one program in molecular biology and all that skilling. And but what has happened now? Many of us are basic molecular biology knowledge is there, but who are the people practicing, especially for medical paternity? If you go for diagnostic during during COVID, nobody was there to handle RT-PCR. So companies train them to sell their product. Like Ipendop, they said we'll hire 100 people, put them on training for 1 week in the one room with equipment. Buy our equipment, you will get a technician also. So that kind of policy we also need to adopt for skilling for such kind of products. So if you see these three areas, good health, good food, and good environment. So now India is actually walking on the razor line of this development. So it is our youngsters in their hand. We want to go on the developmental side. But any such kind of now the very sensitive environment, any such kind of mistake will lead to fall on the other side also. So I will urge everybody that our students, especially youngsters, to be sensitive with the issues of the nation development in the three sectors, because the whole world is now working in this robotics, AI, genomics, and advanced technology in agriculture also now. AI-based agriculture. And actually our economy is actually supported more of because of agriculture sector. So in all these three areas, there are a lot of research opportunities, job opportunities, and we can offer many new programs, skill programs in these areas. That is very important. Now I want to share with you all some successful examples, what I did during my last 20 years as a researcher, as a teacher, and again everything with the help of my student. And luckily I got maximum Gujarati students to help me in this, in Mumbai. So these are some technologies products which we develop. For example, we have developed xanthan gum, is used for the for petroleum industry for drilling fluids. So they were using from the gorgum. Gorgum means apna gawar. So it has limitations, and I think Gujarat is the maximum producer of gawar for such industry purpose. And because of change in environment, that has gone down. So what is the alternative source is some bacteria. So there are many bacteria, they produce a lot of polysaccharides, which are very stable at high temperature. And one of them is Xanthomonas, various species of Xanthomonas. Xanthomonas cause a ring rot to groundnut. Xanthomonas citri causes the canker disease in Nimbu. So they are very useful. And we did this for that company. And then curcumin, everybody must know curcumin, Secondly, mosquito, okay. The third, that we were on the tour to the visit to the Parley company, Parley G, Parley biscuit. Everybody knows they are the largest producer of biscuit on the globe, and their biscuit reaches every corner of the country. Parley G, कहाँ पर भी जाओ Parley जी आपको मिलेगा, right? They also produce one mango, no, natural कच्चा mango flavor mango bites, green color का. And Pollution Control Board of Maharashtra said, we don't want to see any green color in our effluent. They tried all traditional methods of flocculants, bleaching, everything. That color was not going. We were on the tour and they asked me what can be. I said, yes. I called my students, can we take it? We'll take it. We did it. We simply used some absorbing resins, high-end resins, and we gave them एकदम clear water. So it's very simple technology. Now here I have learned from now for marketing people. I would have not handed over. So I told one of my students to develop a startup where he will develop columns with German technology. So nobody should know what is inside. It was very simple, but we modified in such a way that even Parley cannot understand what is there inside. So one column of 25 kg was sufficient to handle that 5 lakh liter of effluent. So it gets saturated after 5 lakh liters. So you will go and change the column every time, the new startup. So they got 100 such manufacturing units across the India. So this is a continuous process now. So this was like we went there, we found their need. There we came in picture and we could develop the technology and they are very happy. And now everybody must have that natural flavor mango bite, kacha aam ka mango bite from Parley. Otherwise it would have stopped. The government were not given permission. Same is chromium. Everybody knows chromium. I think I saw some paper on bioremediation on one of your board. Somebody is doing. But chromium is very important because all our plating, if you see everywhere, that is chromium. All automobile parts is chromium, and chromium is highly toxic. And no pollution control board want to take their chromium in their common effluent plant. So they ask them to handle. There is no method. So here also there is one company which supplies all chromium related activities across the country in Mumbai. They said, please provide us some technology. So we tried all biological, chemical, and finally we end up with the chemical by using resins treatment. And then we could develop the technology we have given the company. Whey protein, everybody knows whey protein. Many of you must be taking whey protein, especially youngsters. But I tell you, we all are protein deficient. And that's why we have central obesity. Our liver is already fatty liver is not because of only alcohol. It is also because of more of carbohydrates. We all are deficient of protein because our diet has no protein. Morning starts with in Mumbai vada pav, other state poha, idli dosa, Gujarat में तो फाफड़ा और जलेबी. So you spike your blood immediately in early morning, 200 deciliters per gram of blood. What will happen to the excess carbohydrates? Definitely will convert into glycogen and deposit into your liver, and you have fatty liver. So whenever we do sonography, doctors say fatty liver. तो सब लोग डर जाते हैं, अरे मैं तो अल्कोहल नहीं पीता हूँ, हमारे स्टेट तो ड्राई है, हाउ कम फैटी लिवर, right? So we have university milk processing, and they transfer milk from different parts of the Maharashtra, and it gets spoiled, फट जाता है milk. So they discard in that बाजू वाला gutter में, and bad smell. So I went there one day. I asked, what is the problem exactly? What you people are doing? They said, this is the thing. Only we collect that biomass. That is what is that sugar from blood? Milk फट गया तो casein protein. They collect casein and उसका वो बाकी सब बनता है. The liquid they discard. The greenish yellowish liquid. घर में milk फटने के बाद greenish yellowish liquid होता है. That is whey. It has 3% protein. So I brought the sample, we precipitated that protein and we spray dried. And I got very nice protein quality. Only salt I had to remove because that will be salty taste. And I have developed my product, but not this brand. I have a product called Discipline. One of my students, he does it, that startup, Discipline. I got raw material free of cost. Thousands of liters every day. There is no smell now. That goes in industry. And that product is there, Mumbai, famous product. After everybody knows there was a lot of issue with whey protein, what they claim and what is there in the product. That, so that's why we say discipline. It is 100%, 60% protein. Everybody can take. No allergy, no side effect. It will not harm the kidney. So this product we developed. Again, that was a need base. The another product that is, आपने blue Pepsi सुना होगा ना? Blue Pepsi is a spirulina का product है, spirulina से. And this is being developed by my student, Balram Patel. I'm going to visit his facility. He is the largest producer of spirulina in the country. He is my first MTech student. So we got this, we isolated this product, and now he's doing it. I think I'm going to visit him today. That was about environment and all that. Now agriculture. Again, Maharashtra has very diverse environmental conditions. I am in Konkan Belt, Western Ghat, one of the very eco-sensitive, one of the 6 mega diversity centers in the world. Central Maharashtra is dry prone completely, Vidarbha, Marathwada, Nagpur. And again, Eastern Maharashtra, jungles like Chandrapur and all that. So I was on a visit to the Marathwada, and the farmers were, it's like one conference and farmers were there. So they were saying we need something fertilizer which has no residual effect. And it should have fast acting. They said we should act very fast. We want to see change, like ek crossing cow, dard mitao. That kind of approach they had. So I'm a man of tissue culture. So I came back to lab and said, if my plant happily grows with such minimum concentrations of these macronutrients in Morassic and Skug media, if I give them via leaf, what will happen to the plant? So we use different carriers because it should go immediately in the plant tissue. And we developed this product. We certified it is all residue, organic, everything. And we are transferring company in Aurangabad. The worth is around 63 lakh rupees in the turnover per year, more than 63 lakhs. And farmers were so happy, immediate results were there. I'll show you some results. This was, we did trial on the mango, brinjal, cauliflower, and many other crops we did field trials, and productivity increased by 30% without any fertilizers. So this was my knowledge of plant tissue culture, developing the product. I got a good collaborator, industry collaborator, to take it to the next level. So very simple technology. Here, yes, most important, if you see the mango, because abhi mango season chal raha hai, it increases the fruit setting because they get all macro is everything they get. So fruit setting increases, mango size also increases. Especially if you see the middle picture, that is keeping quality of mango increases by 20 days. Like Alfonso is perishable. Suppose we want to export to the US or any other place by sea mail, by the time it reaches, it will start decomposing. So it also increases the keeping quality. If you see the control, it has always started drying off. The middle one, is the size has increased and keeping quality has also increased. In case of brinjals also, cabbage also, they have to stop the spray because the size was growing beyond 1.5 kg. Nobody will buy if it is 2 kg, 3 kg. I want product below 1.5 kg, small. So they have to ultimately stop sprays, further sprays. This is one more disease again. Again, one farmer came one day morning, one of the parent, and they had a pomegranate cultivation. In Maharashtra, this they call Telia disease. We have agriculture universities, they've tried and they recommended use cow urine, chili powder spray for controlling this disease. This disease has caused minimum 10,000 crore loss Maharashtra government for Maharashtra farmers. And once the disease comes, completely crop goes. Farmer doesn't turn to the field, they burn. So it was from one Nasik area, one farmer came, one of the parents, he brought the sample. One of my MSc microbiology students, he worked on this project. We identified the causal organ, we identified the mode of transmission, we screened them for various antibiotics resistance and all that. We sequenced them. Then we did field trials in different parts of Maharashtra and we developed a protocol. It is not a simple single spray because it is all sanitation of soil, surrounding environment, plants, and then spraying. And I assure farmer that at least you will get 90% return. Farmer jo burn karta tha, I assure farmer don't do this. And we have made it very economical, so it will not be a burden on the farmer also. Right? So this was again need based. So this also we have transferred to one company in Aurangabad, Nature's Well. It is Mahalakshmi distributors. Again, one of the industry came forward and they are doing it. Is almost during all the entire crop of 9 months. This is a whole 9-month protocol we have developed. And later she did her MSc microbiology and PhD in microbiology in this topic. So we have commercialized this. This another interesting example again. I was in Nanded for some conference and there they say they grow large tomatoes. And any stress to tomato crop goes. Any water stress. Then I said, how come if organism like leech मालूम है आपको? Leech, Chironomus larvae, during summer they become dry, completely dehydrated, but they do not die. During rainy season, they come back again to the normality. What is that taking care of the, how they become survive? What is that there in their system which protects their DNA from dehydration and plant can survive, that organism can survive? So I found there are 4 amino acids, tetramer of amino acids that protects the DNA of the Chironomus larvae. Again back to the library and searching. So if suppose it protects Chironomus, why not it can protect to plant? So I brought it, we developed this formulation, gave it to the plant. The plant was dried earlier, first day. Next day morning it was completely recovered. So we did field trials on tomatoes on that area and we developed a product called Nano Water. And this is now a Pune based company that is. So just imagine why I'm sharing this. Everybody knows Chironomus larvae. Everybody knows leech. Jungle में घने जंगल में if you go, you will find leeches in the rainy season. But what happens to them in the summer? From where they suddenly comes in rainy season? So they have evolved some mechanism to protect their DNA. So this can be used in not only this, in many more things. Such kind of thing can be used in many more things. These are some other products which I have developed with my students and some industries, especially to make this chemo care. This is especially in people suffering from the cancer. Mostly patients die because of the cancer treatment. When somebody is diagnosed, half of the family is in stress and the patient is almost half died. And then they die because of side effects of the chemotherapy drug. So I decided how to minimize this. And this thought process started because my father suffered from the cancer and he was very critical. Then I said, what is the use of my knowledge if I cannot help my father? So I modified the treatment, whole of his treatment without talking to the oncologist. Added some of these nutraceutical supplements. They recommended 22 chemotherapy cycles. I brought it only to 5. At the age of 77, he was diagnosed. Today he is 92. During therapy, he lost 40 kg weight. Today he is 92 kg weight. At the age of 92, he walks 1 kilometer every day. And then doctor realized how come the patient is no side effects, so much criticality. Then they discussed me. I said I have modified this. Then I gave a topic to one of my PhD scholars to study in other patients also. Now, in one case now, we got an idea, proof of concept was developed. So we studied across the country. We gave so many patients. For my surprise, whichever patient has taken this, they all survived. More than 900. None of them died. So there are 3 things in this may. One is curcumin hai, one is omega-3 hai, proteins hai, and some herbal extracts hai. So we have filed a patent. Patent is patent because lot of natural origin. So it is a process of reducing side effects of chemotherapy. It is not product. बहुत सारे natural products है. So one of my students he sells that is Sriji Biotech. She is from Rajasthan, Marwadi. Now she is doing it. So I assure your patient, you will not die because of cancer. You may die because of complexity of cancer if you take this. So during chemotherapy, it does not intercalate with chemotherapy product, but it increases efficacy of chemotherapy. It reduces the chemotherapy cycles. When I contacted some pharma companies, especially the largest producer of cancer drugs in India, initially they agreed, we'll sell it with our product, to minimize. But unfortunately, I said it reduces the chemotherapy cycles. In my present, they said nothing we don't want to do because sell the product. how the company will survive. So it is up to us, what take the message from this, what experience I have taken. Immunocare I developed during the COVID. During COVID, everybody was infected with lung because of, everybody knows what is the life cycle of virus, right? How it acted on our lung cells. How the virus replicates. What was happening. Why it was specifically in the lung epithelial cells. Why there was a cytokine storm. What was happening to inflammation. What was micro droplets and all that. We needed something IgG rich and interleukins and interferon rich to minimize this inflammation, internal inflammation. So I developed this from cow milk, अपना chick, पहले दिन का 2 दिन का milk होता है ना. There is company in Mehsana, so they do develop this colostrum. So we develop chewable tablets. It should get absorbed to the mucus. Cow milk has 22% platelet-rich plasma, 14% of IgG and IgA, and interference of interleukin. Though it is a cross-reactivity, but it works on the human. So when you take it mucosally, it reduces inflammation because of virus and chest congestion. And it was helping we develop this product. One company in Mumbai, they do it. So this was about food and nutrition. This was another product we developed during COVID. Everybody knows what happened during COVID. That 3-ply mask was 50 rupees to 1200 rupees. All that mass is meant for aerosol, not for microbial filtration. No bacterial, viral, still people are using without knowing it. It is only for dust and particles and aerosol, some pollutions. Then I thought, how can we kill the virus or bacteria or fungal spores? So we use electric current and mesh. We tried different mesh, and this was in the COVID period itself. And I got 2 patents on this during that time. It was urgency. So again, my ethics came because the company which tie-up, they were wanted to sell at 1200 rupees. I said, no, 200 rupees. My people are dying. Why want to exploit in such situation, bad situation? So I stopped the MOU and we distributed 5 lakh plus masks to all needy, especially regulatory bodies, police, Indian Army, Indian Navy, Medical Council of India. This way, and this ensures 100% protection of virus and bacteria. We got all approvals for this. So this was a need-based research during the COVID. And this product is especially useful not only for COVID, but patients suffering from cancer, immunocompromised patients, allergy, asthma, cancer, chemotherapy, doctors who get exposed to all such kind of, what they use that is of no use. So this was again one of the product. Then third is now best health. So we are talking about agriculture, food, nutrition, and now health. Environment also I talked about. So this was one of my students' startup lab. So I was responsible to establish India's first cord blood bank in Mumbai. Called cord blood banking. Anybody has heard about? Cord blood banking, cord tissue banking. During delivery, we preserve the cord tissue of a child for 25 years. Right? So that was my first project in 2008 in Mumbai. So we brought the technology. We did one of the startup, you can say, during that time. And then I got training in South Korea to do stem cells and regenerative medicine, tissue engineering of that. So we developed a hospital, and it was the first India's hospital who got FDA and DCGI approval to do cell therapy. So we did lot of such cases. I want to share one of our 2 cases. This is again collaboration with one of the startup. So this is many of the, see again 45% people in this country, they suffer from knee pain and at the aging, because of obesity. So they go on painkillers and then knee replacement. But there is something which is sustainable and conservative, less invasive, that is using stem cells. So this was first case way back in 2009-10 maybe. So this was the cartilage damage, and after recovery within 3 weeks, so you will have childhood your joint. Most interestingly, because I wanted to tell the orthopedic, because they were not ready to accept this can happen. They always believe you cut and replace. So this was the case of 16-year child. When I was working in DY Patil University, he was a laborer and he fall down from the building and he cracked his knee. So the surgeon suggested go for knee replacement. I said, he's a child, 16 year, rest of the life what he will do. So let's try with this and I will tell you, I'll show you. So we did cell therapy for them. He recovered within 3 weeks. I have made him to run Bombay Marathon for 18 kilometers after surgery, right? So we showed them that it is possible, this is new thing, and we have to adopt these technologies now. So many of people now adopted, and now we have done more than 4,000 such cases in these two hospitals in last 6 to 7 years. Diabetic foot injury, since diabetic hub hai, lot of injuries, diabetic injuries, and this was a case of amputation actually, prolonged injury, lot of infection. So this case, so I said we can preserve it, conserve this. So what we did, we took the skin cells, we developed a scaffold mixed with the cells, and that was loaded on the injury. Within 2 weeks, we could save the leg. I'll show you another example. If you see this was actually our top emergency case of amputation. There is no treatment, alternative treatment in this world. So we treated her for almost 1 month, and she went, healthy lady, she went back to home. This is only possible with the cell therapy. Now what has happened in our medical council of India is not ready to accept, because it has always been supported by the pharmacy companies, the whole education. They do not want to adopt new sciences, new technologies. So I had a twice meeting with our health ministers. Now he is a sports and youth minister. And by the time ministry changed, but I was insisting them to bring into curriculum MBBS about the stem cells. Burn injuries, they get marks, and this become very stigmatic for a patient to because of burn. Regular therapy, but if you use cell therapy, they all marks they disappear and will have normal skills. That is possible with the stem cells. This was one case we did elephantiasis, again, a very rare case. Orthopedics, more than 4,000 cases we have done. Diabetes now, type 1 and type 2, both are curable with the stem cells. Only it is costly affair today. So we give the cells, mesenchymal cells on the pancreatic bed. We have to go inside and put it on the pancreas. They stimulate the manufacturing of insulin or insulin resistance, and person become absolutely normal. So type 1 also, the antibodies we take care of. We have treated many cases, such cases in both the hospitals. So this is all, I am a trained in botany student. Cytogenetics. My area is genetics, chromosome mapping. But as per my students' need, with the problems, I tell you have to read and come and tell me what can I do. So we try to work in these areas and developing different technologies and aspects for the society. Now, last two slides is for now to take the message from it, how universities and colleges can align their work to fulfill the needs of the society. So first priority is identify the needs and issues in your area. There are so many problems, every area they have. And you people, the better people who will judge what is the requirement of your area. Somebody coming from outside like me and asking and telling this, you all know that, what are my problems. So we need to identify the university or the college. Develop a team of faculties with like-minded, which are interdisciplinary in nature. Now, faculties from math, stat, all departments should come together and have a forum. Then give responsibility to the student now to lead those programs. Because we all are busy in teaching and administrative work. Student will definitely take it forward, and they want to run and rush and boil their blood to do something. I'll tell you one example. The stem cell lab, the student who came, his father is running pharma company, and he was like a vagabond boy, is going to be waste for their family. Father came and said, can you do something? I said, what can I do? It is your child, you have to tell him. No, he is not listening to us. If you are agreeing, then I will do. So I gave, only thing I told you, this is the keys, you have to open the lab and you have to close the lab. Lab will open at 7:30, close at the 9:30. I don't know anything. My student faculty should not remain outside the lab. 2 दिन बेचारा ड्राइवर उठाता था, लेकर आते थे, somehow आकर बैठता था. Within 1 week, he became very particular about it. Now he started taking interest. Then he said, I want to do something. I don't want to do in pharma business, he said. Then he said, what? He said, I have heard something in Singapore, stem cells. I said, okay, we'll do it. This is how my first startup started. Another example I'll tell you, everybody knows Karthik Aryan. He's a biotechnology graduate. from DYPAT. He's a product of my lab. He has worked on SSR markers on rice. But from day one उसका फिक्स था सर मुझे एक्टर बनना है. विंडो में बैठकर फैशन करता था बैठकर कॉलेज. Only because his father and mother were doctor, they wanted either doctor or a biotech graduate. He said, "I'll do it, but I have to go in film." So we have to nurture their interest also. That is very important. Then monitor by the industry. Here now you need monitor actually. Industry will take you to the dead end. I will say how it is going to be commercialized. So we need an industry person for each and every researcher. They understand the importance of the small things. हमारे लिए वो publication important होता है. For them, publication है. They want product improve some USP of their new thing in their product. There's a DNA in whitening cream of this. So many such products. If you see like coconut oil with proteins, shampoo with egg proteins, who will, as a biotech, we will accept? Our बाल खाएंगे क्या protein? But we get mesmerized by the actresses who come and show their hairs. Like for example, oil for heart and diabetes. By this time, whole nation would have been cardiac free and diabetes free. We'll accept. But there are people who do take it to the next level. Let's join hand with them. Smallest thing can be commercialized. And lastly, enhance community engagement. So your local leaders are also important in this activity. Not politicians. There are some people who want to NGOs, there are leaders who want to contribute something for the society. So they should be also part of this activity. They are very resourceful to you. They are very resourceful too. So they should be also there. So to conclude with this, translational research is crucial for India's advancement, directly linking scientific discoveries with real world applications. It plays a vital role in achieving the vision. An earlier slide, I think I forgot to show you. What Mahatma Gandhi has written long back, not now. Last line, if you read, the education must correspond to the surrounding circumstances, or it is of no use. That's why local problems, so local and vocal, what Modi ji says, that is very important. So call of action, encouraging the principals and faculty of college university to actively engage in translational research, promote collaboration and support innovation for betterment of the society. Ultimately, we have to feed and take care of these 147 crore people. Next 10 years, definitely that 160 plus ho jayega, right? And then that is really going to be big burden on the food, health and environment. So in all these three areas, we need to promote education, training, entrepreneurship, startups, industry, focusing in these areas. We'll not talk about going to the moon and going on the Mars and setting up the human habitat. But our own problems are so much where we all need to contribute. So with these words, I'm thankful again to all of you all for patience listening. Thankful to your Professor Shah for giving me this opportunity to share my experiences with you all. With this thought, if I am able to stimulate one of this from audience, it will be great contribution from my side for the societal development. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, I'm very happy to take it. And anybody need any kind of help related to technical, regulatory. Now I have a big team of students who take care of all this. They are always ready. No questions? Especially Gujarati students and community is the entrepreneur community. Right? And many of you should come forward with your ideas, concepts, interact with the teachers, your mentors, and take it to the next level. Right? instead of seeking only jobs, we can definitely job creators. And always we talk about cost, but when the technology is good enough and new enough, and where cost doesn't matter. But sometimes we need to compromise for the society. For example, our cancer kit, it is 30 days kit. We charge only for 4 lakh rupees, and production cost is almost 3.5 lakhs. Sorry, 3.5 thousand rupees. So I said, पहले ही cancer patient आधा मरा रहता है. Cost is so costly. If I add something extra for the supplement, he will further die. So no more profit making. Sometimes we have to see that how can we help, and if you can save somebody's life with your contribution, you can improve somebody's life, not only saving but somebody's life. That is greatest achievement I consider for any human being. Rather than publication and patent and all that. So definitely we all do contribute, but your direct interference is very important. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable insights on this session. I now invite Dr. Preeti Sharma, ma'am, to felicitate sir as a token of our gratitude. Okay, I invite Dr. Anjali Soni, ma'am, to felicitate sir as a token of appreciation. We have had a great start to the day. Now let's take a short lunch break before we dive into our another technical sessions. Please reassemble at 1:15 p.m. so we can continue this exciting journey together. Thank you.